haven't done this show in ages.
When was the last time you did it?
I don't know. I think I done. When was it? I didn't do it last week. And I don't know if I done it the week before. I've been away with work, so I haven't done anything. But I did interview this guy last week, but I didn't do it on the show. So I interviewed this amateur MMA fighter.
So where'd you do it? Like at work?
No, so I went to this guy's gym. So you know American Top Team?
Yeah.
They've got them like there's GB Top Team and there's one in London. Well, it's literally around the corner. It's in Mitcham. It's like a 20-minute drive away.
Yeah.
So I interviewed this amateur fighter called Liam James. Literally only had 2 amateur fights. Went to his gym and just talked to him for like an hour about MMA.
But did you record it or just?
Yeah, I recorded it. I put it on YouTube and stuff and TikTok and whatever.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing more like going to people to interview them, because I just feel like it's hard to get people to come at a certain time.
Yeah.
It can be far.
Also as well, it gives you more of I think it's just more content. Like you're going to different places. Like there's different scenery and there's different stuff to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was cool being in a gym. So it was like an MMA gym.
Yeah.
There was people practicing. Like there was kids running around.
It's like an episode of Embedded where like there's stuff going on in the background.
And do you know what was good as well? Like I didn't realize, like this is cool where, so say how we've got the camera filming and then we've got your phone and my other phone, and I'll edit it up, which is cool. I like doing that because what I do is, because we're wearing the mics here.
Yeah, then you can
I take the audio from that,
and when I talk, and then you
sync it all up.
Yeah.
So I should probably clap actually, so I can just do it.
Yeah.
So I sync everything up. But when I interviewed this guy, I had the camera was directly on like this. So you know how you and me are at an angle. We were sitting, if we were both sort of facing this, like in our own
so
chair.
in one frame.
Yeah, it was all in one frame. You know how we're kind of at an angle. So we were dead onto the camera.
Yeah.
So I didn't even need. I did have these recording, but when I look back at it, I didn't need it. So what I did was, I literally just
cropped it,
duplicated both the video,
that's easier.
And when it was flicking between, I made like a little TikTok with me and him.
Yeah.
I just cut between the both. It actually looked a lot neater. So from now on, when I go to places, I'm gonna start doing it like that.
Yeah.
Just go into interview as many people as I can. Obviously, I'm gonna try and do like 2 people a week. I'll still do this, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it's still good to do, but then I'll try and interview as many people as I can.
Yeah, that'd be good. And then, like I say, you go to different places and stuff. It's just you see more.
Yeah, I've made like a I haven't finished it, but I've made like a realistic wish list of people I could interview. Not like anyone people famous or anything, but just I could speak to them and it might get seen or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of people are on it?
It's like TV people, MMA people, but not like big people. Just interesting people, sort of, that do their own thing.
Yeah.
People that I've worked with or know of from work, or people that I've met from, say, MMA and you see online. And they've got, there's this one guy that does these live quiz shows and he goes around pubs. He does like his own pub quiz. I would like to speak to him.
What, like an MMA quiz?
No, just a regular pub quiz.
Oh, cool.
And just things like that. People that you can sort of, it'd be cool to speak to.
Yeah.
And they got their own stories and stuff. But yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty good, I think.
I haven't been on the show in ages. Actually, it might have been this year. This show. Yeah, I think it might have been this year.
No, I think I've only done one other because I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I've only done one, maybe 2 this year with Ben. I think that was it, you know.
Oh, okay, maybe then.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time you were on. I think the last time you were on was like when we watched. Actually, I don't know.
No, because I remember what we talked about. We talked about like pubs and like London.
Yeah, but that was before New Year's, I think.
Was it?
I think it was.
It was. It was
the week of New Year.
It was a week. Oh, I remember now. It was.
We done.
No, because it was after I got really sick at work, at the work party thing. So it was like a few days after that.
Yeah, because we done the week of. I think
it would have been. It literally would have been the week of Christmas, like the week, like a few days before.
And then because I done one with Ben. I think a few days before New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so it was the week before that.
Yeah, and then the week after that, me and Ben done a show, and we left it a bit early so we could watch Luke Littler.
Oh yeah,
we went to the pub just there.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
But I think that was the last time because I was away for like 2-3 weeks with work up north.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, time always just goes like super quick when we're
it's
here.
just flight, honestly.
It would be like 4 or 5 Fridays out of nowhere gone. Like,
I know,
it's crazy.
But I'm kind of glad because I feel like this month is dragged.
This has been the longest month of all time.
Yeah.
I've like, I don't want to be that guy that just hates stuff for no reason. But I don't really like how it's just felt so long. Like, do you know what it is as well? And probably why I and a lot of people feel this way is because like I got paid early last month. So I haven't been paid in like 6 weeks. So like that's probably why it's felt so long. Like I'm waiting. Like every day I wake up and it's still January.
Yeah, I got paid today and it did feel like I didn't get paid for like 6.
And now I don't even get paid till Monday now because
Oh, why?
companies just stupid. Like they don't do it how companies are supposed to. It's just like it's a bit still quite manual, and like
Oh, I see.
so
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like someone has to press a button, like as opposed to you know what I
That's
mean. So
that's
I
annoying.
now I have to wait, even though tomorrow is the first, and we've been paid on Saturdays before. I got to wait till
Do you have
Monday.
a credit card?
Nah,
You should get a credit card,
I
really.
know I should get one in it because people
Yeah,
always say if you use it well, it's like good to
it
get.
is good. Yeah,
But
you should get a credit card.
I've never really got around to it.
They're good because I mean you can just pay. It's good to just pay things off later or do it in bits. Like
Yeah,
I like
guess.
to buy things and then on my credit card I can pay it off over like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I like to do that.
Yeah, I guess I'm just scared of getting caught up in it one day. Just like
What do you mean?
just like making too many commitments, and all of a sudden it's actually on top of me a bit.
Commitments? What do you mean?
As in like buying too much, like using it too much and buying too much stuff because I think it's there and when it's not, kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. I mean.
Like I'm just scared of that because obviously that's how they get you. That's the point of
Well,
credit
yeah, they
cards.
want you to be late on payments.
They want you
because
to do that.
They charge interest. Don't
Yeah.
They? Yeah. I suppose so, but I mean, I think you'll be alright.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's like this one guy that keeps coming up on my TikTok. He's like a financial advice to young people
Is
guy.
that the guy on Twitter that does those funny tweets?
Nah, he's not like
oh,
funny.
Okay.
He's just this black guy. He's like, if they wanted to teach you, they would. That's his like saying that he says at the start of every video.
Right.
And he'll just talk about things that I shouldn't have bought in my 20s, things like blah blah. And like one of the things he says is like tips is like get a credit card because if
good.
you use it well,
it gets your credit score up, which is good.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what was I just about to ask you? Do you drive automatic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I when we was away for this job, I had to drive this van basically from London, like Camden, all the way up to basically to up north to like Bradford.
Okay.
It's like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
Yorkshire.
It's long.
And anyway, we was all packed in the van, packed all our props, everything for the show. It's just me and my colleague from the office, and I'm gonna drive up, and they drop the van off, and we load the van, and it's automatic. I've never driven automatic before.
Right.
And I was trying to go, and I was trying to drive around the block. I would start driving like normal, and then I would brake, and obviously because there's not like a clutch. I was like, what? It was just brake, and I was literally like pelting forward, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was like, this should make sense, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then spoke to the we tried to change it for like a manual.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, oh, you should try and I don't know if you're using 1 foot, and I was like, oh, and then
You've using 2 feet.
I didn't know because no one told me, and I was like,
so funny.
yeah, and I had no idea, and I was thinking, oh, and then I started driving, and it was so easy. I was like, wow.
Easiest thing ever, innit?
Oh, it's so nice. I
Never
literally
going
had
back.
my leg like out, and it's just
Bro, like honestly, it's like in America, yeah.
Yeah.
You could, if you were driving on the other, because you know the wheels on the other side, you
Yeah.
could literally put a leg up, and if you want, like, it doesn't matter because you don't use that leg. Oh yeah, best thing ever.
Yeah,
innit?
honestly. And then now I've gone back to driving my car. I mean, I don't drive that
Feels
often.
awful, innit?
It's not that it feels awful, but I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh crap, I need to change gear.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. It's like there's been I'd say like 4 or 5 times since I got my car like a year and a half ago, my first mate. There's been a few times where I've had to go back to driving manual. Like when some guy hit my car, I had to drive your car for a while, and I'd had to drive different cars for different reasons and stuff. And like, I actually don't mind the whole being a bit more proactive, like active in the driving thing. I don't mind changing gears. Like I don't mind driving a manual. It's just more the times where I got my car back, I felt like I was driving a Maybach or something. It was like it's ridiculous. It felt like it felt surreal.
Do you know what
like,
it is? I think I actually agree with you with the changing gears, but do you know what I think? It's especially for long drives.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was driving from the motorway for hours, it's way better because you don't have to keep changing gears.
No, but the thing is though, like that's the thing. Like a lot of the time, so when I was going back and forth to different cars, like this girl I used to see live far, and whenever we'd be together, I'd drive her car, which was a manual.
Right.
And like, it's actually not that different in motorway driving. It's more city driving where you feel it
think so?
different. Yeah, because like, think about it. If you're driving for 4 hours, the chances are like 3 of those hours you're on the motorway.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of in gear 5. Maybe depending on the traffic, you might have to slow down, change gear, maybe. But like on the motorway, it's not really like that. I think it's more. And the reason why I love having an automatic now is because I drive around the city a lot and I'm stopping and I'm sitting in traffic all the time. It's just nice to just use your right foot and just instead of having to
keep
do
changing.
that's the one thing. When you're sitting in traffic, is probably the main time where you realize how much better
and
it is.
especially because I was driving a van. I've never driven a van.
Oh yeah, I've never driven.
Oh
a van.
man, at first it's I can't lie. The first van I had to drive for that a few days before. I had to pick up this van that we hired, and it was manual. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But I had to drive it for like just outside of London to like Essex area.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because obviously in a van
There's no rear view.
Yeah, you can't see what's behind you.
Yeah.
And
Oh man.
all you have is the mirrors. But the mirrors basically they're longer, so you can see what's behind you.
Yeah.
And I can't lie, I was so nervous. And then
yeah, I would be.
I started driving, and then after like 10 minutes, I realized, oh, this is just like driving a car. And then I was like, oh, this is so nice.
Thank God.
What a relief. But I can't lie, I was nervous.
I would be as well,
Yeah,
because vans. Because another thing as well is like the back being so big, as opposed to a car where, like, you know, when you have, especially when you have your own car for a while, you just know where the car is. Like, you know, when you can squeeze past something. A van would mess me up because say if I'm like reversing, I might.
Oh man! At first, I can't lie, I was nervous, and then when I had the automatic as well, I was like, "Oh my god! Like, what happens if?" But it was fine. It's literally just like driving a car, but.
Yeah, I mean, automatic is just like a go-kart basically.
It's so nice.
It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
So nice. I do love it. I take it for granted every day now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't drive that often, to be honest. I only drive like maybe twice a week, so I don't really notice it. But now I have noticed it a bit, where I'm just like, it would be nice sometimes to just have a automatic. The first
time I drove automatic wasn't actually my car that I have now. It was so like when at my job, this woman, she got promoted to assistant manager, and like some managers in my company drive company car, and for some reason it's not even a big company, but they have Teslas as like the company car, brand new Tesla, so they gave her one, and like she just let me drive it, like literally as soon as she got it. Like one day we were just together on like a Saturday working, and she said, "Do you want to drive my car?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, so remember, I've never driven automatic in my life, and I'm driving a Tesla. Like, first.
How was it?
Fast, like,
I can imagine. Yeah,
I literally, and I knew about using one foot, but even then, bro, this thing shot off. Like, I'll be sat still, and then, bro, I was like, vroom, and also because certain cars like Teslas or like certain classes of like Audis and Mercedes and that, they have the thing where it just brakes automatically. So like basically, say if you're driving and you're going quite slow and you're coming to a stop and there's cars in front of you, you don't have to brake in certain cars because it knows the car's there, and it just stops for you.
It's like a semi-automatic when you sort of change lanes.
And you don't have to hold brake either. You can just sit there and it won't roll forward. Whereas my car,
I would be too scared to try that.
My car will roll forward if I take my foot off the brake.
Right.
Whereas other like higher classes will like sit there because they knows, and then when you want to press the brake when you go, and then it'll go for you. It's like the automation now. That's the thing. You don't realize how far ahead the newest cars are when you drive like a normal car. It's mad how much they've kind of thought of now, like how much they get done. It's crazy.
Like they even have auto drive as well. I don't think you actually.
I would never.
I mean, I would never. But
I don't know how people in like America and that. Yeah, like cruise control. Yeah, like that's like the thing about the motorway as well. When you know how to use cruise control, like it's great in it. You just sit there. Well, you don't just sit there, obviously, but like when there's nothing in front of you, you don't have to keep tapping the gas. You can just sit there. It's nice.
It must be nice.
It is cool.
Yeah. I'm not really into cars though, to be honest. I'm not really. Some people are really into them. For me, I've never been. I just think cars are such a waste of money. They're all the same. Do you know what I mean? I just think as long as your car works.
Yeah, like I've never been like a car guy. Like I've never had like extensive knowledge of cars.
Same.
I just sort of wanted like a nicer one. When I started driving a lot more for work, I wanted a nicer car. But like I don't know about them like that.
Neither do I. I don't like. There's so many things I need to like. I don't know how to change a tire or anything.
Oh yeah, I don't have to do that either.
I should really learn things like that.
Yeah, I know. Like,
in case you break down.
I feel like
because there's probably going to be a time where you're going to need to do something like that. 100%.
Yeah, I remember like one time my old car like broke down, and like I remember because dad told me to drive to this address when I was having problems. So I go to the address, but as I get there, I break down, and it was mad. And I try to talk to the guys who were sort of looked like they were working. I couldn't even tell if it was the right place. I'm talking to these guys who are like foreign. They just weren't listening to me. Dad shows up, shows that he has cash in his wallet, and then they do what he says. And he's like, "You should always have cash with you." Stuff like that. I just don't. I just feel like I should know, but like I just don't yet.
Yeah. I should really get onto that myself, but I'm not really like even DIY. Like I'm used to things like DIY. But it's just one of those things. You either know it or you don't.
I feel like in my head as well, I've this subconscious. I'm always just like, well, if I need to know how to watch a video.
Yeah.
There's always that luxury of
everything is on YouTube.
No, if I just watch a video, I could probably figure it out, kind of thing.
Do you know? Have you seen? It's funny you said that. Have you seen that guy on? Do you still use TikTok or not?
Yeah, I'll jump on there.
Have you seen that guy called Yuji on TikTok? and he's this Japanese guy, and he'll go up to people in the street like all over the world.
Want to do this?
No, I don't know what that is.
That dancing? That no. Okay.
No, I don't know what that is.
All right.
No, he goes up to people and he'll ask them where they're from, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm from, I don't know, China," and then he can speak pretty much every language.
Oh, like the guy. He doesn't show himself on camera, but he can.
He does
speak.
show himself on camera.
Oh, because
He's a Japanese guy.
I've seen
Yuji.
videos of like a guy, like guys that walk around and know every language, but you can't see them on the screen. It's just like the POV.
No, he is. You see him on camera in every video.
I haven't seen him.
It's
I
like,
haven't seen him.
I've watched so many, and he can speak every language. Like, he'll be, even if it's like a really obscure country, he can speak everything. It's mental, and he'll be like, "Oh, I know a little bit of this," and they're talking. He'll like ask them where they're from, how many languages they speak, and he'll speak like all of their languages. It's
mad. No, but that kind of thing is really cool. Like knowing like every language, I would pick that over like a superpower probably. To be honest, like
so.
that would be sick.
Well, I don't know. Well, it depends what superpower it is.
Say like if it was like super strength, like, you could pick up cars and stuff.
Yeah, that's not that useful.
Okay, fine. A useful one. I mean, if I was going for a power, I'd probably want like super speed, where I could like.
I don't know if that's that useful either, because unless you're like in the Olympics.
Okay, fine. Flying.
Flying would be good because you can travel everywhere.
But that's the thing. Imagine knowing every language.
Yeah, I mean that would be handy.
And then because the internet, say if you knew every language, because the internet's a thing, all you have to do is make a TikTok, show that you can speak every language, and then you'll probably end up getting opportunities to travel from that anyway.
Yeah.
So like that's like that is mad. Like,
but I think, do you know what though? I feel obviously everyone speaks English, but I just think it is bad how in the UK
we don't know any other language.
No, it's not that because we don't need to. But I'm just saying it's dumb how in the UK you don't learn other languages till you're in year 7. I think they should learn way younger.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because most people when you speak to them, like especially in different parts of Europe, like a lot of time in Netherlands and stuff, like they say they learn English when they like watch TV shows as a kid and stuff. And I just think like I wish we had something like that where I guess over here it doesn't actually make sense because no one would.
No one's gonna watch Dutch TV.
Like
or
no one's gonna watch like SpongeBob like dubbed Dutch, like you know what I mean. But like I wish I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like we're in the middle of everything. Like obviously I know we like take a bunch of immigrants and stuff, and it's like everyone's here because everyone wants to be here. Yeah. But I wish we kind of looked outwards more.
Yeah, I think so like, because but I think if they taught people in schools from say age 9, let's just say, or 8 from a younger age, if you was learning a language from 8, it would be way easier.
Yeah, for sure, because your brain's like more malleable.
Yeah, and I just think if we done that, we made it way more regular to learn languages young. It'd be way more useful. Even if it was like everyone just learned the basic ones like French, Spanish, or German or something.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I wish that was more of a thing. 'Cause I just feel like we're just kind of in the middle, and we're not like let's just say we happen to just never learn another language. Like we're never gonna go somewhere and be like, oh my god, are you English? And they start speaking English to them because it's just like, well,
everyone can speak English.
Everyone can speak English.
Yeah, and I think even these other European countries, they speak English quite easily. Like Germans and Dutch and they can all speak it pretty easily.
It does feel like we're a bit like almost like we're disabled and everyone else has like a bit of like a superpower almost.
Yeah, because it's just something I'm watching. Like you see athletes or people that come to this country to play, like I don't know, Premier League, they sort of learn language pretty easily. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even if they're from, I don't know, like a random country, it must be mad to sort of speak another language and sort of get your ideas across what you're saying pretty like straightforward.
Whereas like, I know obviously as well, England we're like, you know, we've got the Prem, we've got the best league and everything, and it's the home of football and everything. So like, there's not really an incentive for players to go away like that. Whereas it's all the incentive for other players to come here.
Yeah.
But I wish more players went to other countries and learned their language. I feel like even the players, I mean, again, because everyone speaks English, but even the players that go away, they don't come back like speaking fluent, do they? I mean,
what do you mean? Well, you wouldn't know.
Well, as in like, because if say, okay, I'll give you an example. Bellingham, when he speaks Spanish in interviews, goes right. I know Bellingham's like the most famous footballer, but like, if an English footballer, say like, I don't know, any of the guys that play for AC Milan.
I reckon he can speak Spanish, Bellingham.
Yeah, I reckon. No, I'm saying he can. I reckon I'm saying he's one of the only ones that make an effort to do it.
I don't know.
Whereas I bet you, like the guys that play for AC Milan, like Abraham, Loftus-Cheek, I'm not saying they're not trying at all, but I reckon they probably do all their interviews in English. I reckon they don't.
Right.
I reckon they're not immersing themselves in trying to learn Spanish. Whereas I feel like Bellingham.
I reckon Beckham could probably speak Spanish.
Again, a bit of an anomaly.
But there's not that many.
That's what I mean, because I feel like, but then I reckon if you had loads more players going away, I feel like it would be a thing. But everyone speaks English, so it's just like any player can go play anywhere, and it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but
Like
I guess
you've
it
got
would
that.
be better if you can speak the language for. If you did move to a foreign club, it probably would make it a lot
Oh,
easier.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Because even like, I mean, you get managers that only speak English managing a team other than England. Do you know what I mean?
What's that? Sorry. What do you
You
mean?
get like, say, football managers that only speak English that have got jobs, you know, in another country.
Oh, I see.
Like
Yeah.
Gary Neville when he was at.
Well, it's like Pochettino when he was Southampton manager. He couldn't. He was learning, but he couldn't speak any English. So
Yeah.
I remember for the first 6 months, all of his interviews he would have a translator with him because he
Mm.
couldn't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Sorry, he couldn't speak English.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he would always have a translator there with him, and it would just make it a lot
Very
easier.
long. Yeah.
And I think he wasn't until he was comfortable speaking English. He would. That's why he wouldn't do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagine Gerard when he was at El Atifek, or whatever his name, wherever it is.
Do you reckon
in
he spoke
Saudi.
Arabic or not?
I think he probably knew like mashallah and inshallah, and that's
Yeah,
it.
he probably did. He probably didn't speak Arabic. But then I guess it's another thing like that. Everyone probably could speak English.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Most of them could speak English.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Saudi doesn't even feel like a real place.
What do you mean?
As in, like, everyone is just there making.
No, but that's where like Mecca is. It's got a lot of history.
No, I get it's a very sacred place. I mean, like football wise, it's just mad that everyone is going there and all there's just unlimited money over there, and it's just like a haven for. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just doesn't feel real, does it?
Yeah, I mean, look at Duran. He just got what 300 grand, 400 grand a week.
What was he on? 60. And his
Yeah,
new. He just got a new.
and it's tax free.
And he just got a new contract at Villa, which is 60 grand a week.
Yeah, he was probably on what like 15 grand a week like last year.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like I would never ever hold it against players, especially guys that come from like a poor place. Like he's from a poor part of Colombia, I think. Like,
And most of Colombia are poor anyway.
so like you give a guy that much money, he's 21.
He could even go there for 3 years and still be a good young
That's what I
player.
mean. Like that's what I mean. He's
Same with Oscar. Look at Oscar that was at Chelsea.
he went to China,
He
yeah.
went to China. I think he only just finished last year. I think he's back in Brazil now, or he's retired or something. But he's made millions and
Stupid
millions and
amounts,
millions.
yeah, like,
Generational wealth.
Like he's younger than Neymar.
Who, Oscar? Is he? Yeah.
He's younger than Neymar.
Exactly. And so I don't know how people can blame the players because it's not everyone's dream to be a great footballer and win
Yeah,
this
like,
and win that.
Obviously it's easy for like us fans to sit there and be like, oh, but what about your legacy? It's like, yeah, like the hell, like some people, I don't care about like, say if I was a player and I just wanted the money, like I don't care about what because at the end of the day, a legacy is kind of what other people think about you, whereas
And it's a job as well. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not a
like that's when you really have to look at, because you know with football there's a lot of risk as well, because
you could break your leg.
you
and
could
then
break your leg,
contract's
whereas
done.
yeah, you could go to another country, and plus the intensity there isn't as high, like football wise. You're probably less likely to get injured out in Saudi. Do you know what I mean? It's just different. So
Yeah, I don't
can't
blame
blame him.
Look at Tony. I mean, he's making what, like
Again, yeah, like
ridiculous money.
obviously it's a shame that I agree with it though. How like you know certain players they can't get into that international setup once they take the move.
Yeah.
But it's a shame though, because like I mean with Tony, it don't really matter because you've got Kane, but Tony's younger. But like say like with I mean, what players sort of like say like Walker for example, he almost went to Saudi.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though he's old and I think he's quite past it, it would still be a shame to just not have him available for England.
No, I disagree.
You reckon?
Yeah, I disagree.
What?
Think,
Well, I mean, yeah, he's past it.
you know,
but-
he's a good player, but he's just not at that level.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Like, he shouldn't be in England consideration.
yeah,
anymore.
okay, yeah, well, fair enough.
Maybe on the bench.
That's what I mean. I
Yeah,
want him in
but-
the squad.
No, but
want
I
him in the
think
squad.
but I still think he would be good enough to be in the squad.
Yeah, I think.
Like,
I think
even
he should be in
if
the
he's
squad.
playing for Saudi, he's not a bad player.
No, I think I think he's at a level where he should be in the squad.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
but-
think he should
but
start.
If Trent's the right back, who else is the right back? I feel like we've got loads of right backs.
No, we don't really, because Reece James is always injured, and then right backs for England.
Yeah. Players that can play right back.
I mean, Ben White's not involved, so
Or I don't know, even Joe Gomez if you put. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, there's still
true.
options. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
But yeah, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh well, this player's in Saudi, he shouldn't be playing anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's a shame, but at the same time, it is a lower level. Of
I get that,
football.
but like for example, in Brazil, there will be players that are most of their team are playing for top European teams, but there will be players in their teams always that are in the Brazilian league. The Brazilian league is nowhere near as good as say the Premier League or La Liga or the Serie A. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really any different to the players playing in Saudi.
No, I would say it is though.
How is that different?
because I think the floor is lower in Saudi.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the ceiling is a bit different, but I think like okay, think of say the worst, like the average, below average player in the Saudi league, yeah,
Yeah.
compared to like a below average player in the Brazilian league. I think that
I don't
Brazilian is
know. I don't know.
significantly better.
Okay, but
still.
like, okay. So for example, I don't know who the worst team in Brazil is. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's Fluminense,
Yeah.
right? And let's just say the worst team in Saudi Arabia is Al Hilal or whatever.
Yeah.
But all of these teams have got top players from Europe anyway. Do you know what I mean? So if you put a lot of those, the worst team in Saudi, they've still got top Premier League, La Liga, Serie A players, and if you put them in Brazil League, they'd still be the best players as well, on paper. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
I don't know. I think I feel like on that I would say I reckon the worst Brazilian team would beat the worst Saudi team.
Maybe, I don't know. But the thing
Like
is,
by a lot.
I think no, I don't know about.
Like
by a
I
lot.
think they would kill him. I feel like the intensity of the football is just different. I think the level is that much different
Okay.
at the worst. At the very
But I
top,
just think
at the very top is where it evens itself out because you've got flipping randomly. You've just got Neymar and Sadio Mane running around, or like they're on a different team. But
that's
you're
what I'm
still
saying.
like
That's what I'm saying. All
that's
of these
where
teams have got great
that's
players.
where it evens itself out. I'm saying the worst teams. So like that's where the floor is different. Maybe
Okay.
the ceiling is even, but the
But
floor.
look, okay,
is
but look at say, but say in the Brazil league, we can't name any players that are playing in the Brazil league that are in the Brazil team. I mean, there are, but you wouldn't be able to name any of them.
not really.
Yeah. So my point is that the players in Saudi Arabia are still good enough to play, say, in the Brazil league.
When you say the players in Saudi, do you mean the players that have kind of gone over there?
Yeah, or
not like
they
the
might already.
homegrown players.
I mean, I don't watch the league, so I can't say. But what I'm trying to say is that there's clearly or MLS, so that kind of level. Like I reckon they still could be good enough to play at these tournaments because I still think that there's enough other good players there that they could play, and I think that's the same with. To be honest, any top player that went to these leagues, they could still play for their international teams, in my opinion.
Maybe then. I guess the only way to know is if a team takes a player that's gone to Saudi. When like if one of the teams, like say if Colombia just choose to keep Duran in the team.
Well, they will because Colombia don't have a lot of options.
That's
I
what
don't
I
know
mean.
who their other striker is.
So maybe let's just see when Duran's been there for like a year or two. Let's see what happens when he goes with Colombia to a tournament.
Yeah, but there must be
tournament.
tournament. Okay, for example, the last Euros, Kante, who's been in Saudi the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he was really good, wasn't he?
He's not.
So I guess no,
that's
I forgot they did that. So that's a good example. He went to Saudi, but he was still.
And I think if you
important.
put Tony back in the England team, he wouldn't be like dramatically worse.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I just think
yeah.
it's a shame, but I understand where they're coming from when they're like, yeah, like he's on Saudi. Like,
I think
especially because England have so many options.
I think that only applies if you do have a lot of options. So think of prime Spain. Let's just say, imagine in 2011, Iniesta said, "Oh, well, I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia."
Yeah, so they like Fabregas started.
Yeah, but then I still think that would be silly because
he's
still good enough to just because he's playing against people that aren't as good. He's still good enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
You don't forget how to play football.
Yeah.
So I still think that some of these players should be in consideration.
Was Xavi playing for Spain after he went to Saudi?
Was Xavi playing?
Because Xavi went to Saudi Arabia, didn't he, in 2015? Like when he left Barca, where did he go?
He left Barca, and he went. Yeah, he went to Saudi Arabia.
So was there any? What was the next tournament? The Euros 2016?
No, but he was 2016. He was still at Barcelona, wasn't he?
What I mean is, so that's what I'm getting at. No. He left in 2015 was his last year at Barca.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
after they won everything,
he played at Euro 2016.
So they're doing what you said. They kept him even though he went Saudi.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, but Spain collectively weren't very good.
Oh yeah,
true. They were rubbish. I think they got knocked out in the.
Oh yeah, because that's when they started doing bad in tournaments. Though.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But was he playing in Saudi then?
No, because he went to Saudi. I know he went to Saudi.
No, I know he did, but was 2015 his last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember Iniesta because it was him in 2015 and Iniesta 2018.
Okay, yeah. I mean that makes sense. And then, but did Iniesta play at Euro 2021?
He was too old by then. I feel like. Well, I think he retired from international football. I think.
I can't remember. Because 2021, I don't think
because he. Well, hold on. Iniesta would have been.
When did he leave Barcelona?
Hold on. When he was 32?
No, but I don't know what.
Oh, 2018.
He left in 2018. So 2018. Well, then he was the World Cup. He did play in 2018 World Cup, but he was He only just left Barcelona a
Yeah,
month
that
before.
that was right before he left. So technically,
Yeah.
he hadn't even played in Japan yet.
Exactly, yeah. So Euro 2021, I don't think he played in that tournament. So he might have been retired from international football.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
But
back
Spain
to
were already
that.
on the
Yeah, but I'm
decline.
trying to think to that back to their squad back then. It would have been like obviously Rodri and
Ro-
Busquets and
Busquets was still there.
yeah, because he played in the World Cup after.
Yeah, Fabregas was gone, I believe.
Yeah, he would have been. Their team was not very good.
But they still got to the semis though.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, their team not fell off but declined. I mean, they're great
still,
now.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
They're great now. They're very good.
They are good now. But they're not even but on paper they're not the best team. Like, they're not the.
Yeah, like
they won the Euros. So that's
yeah,
what matters.
but like in terms of like talent, it's probably France still. Yeah, come on. They have the best players.
Look, I wouldn't say there's a standout team in any like. There's not
talent. No, I'm talking about talent. So I would say Portugal and France are the most stacked. Are the most stacked teams.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think everyone's about evenly matched. I'd say. I don't think there's one team. You know, like Spain when they were in their prime.
Yeah, no one was touching.
There was like 2-3 players in every position. I don't look at France and think, because say if Mbappe got injured, who are they playing? Martial. Like it can't like.
No, because they've got
that guy from PSG. Like he's nowhere.
Carlo Bonani.
No, Barocco or whatever his name is. Like he's
Barcola.
Good. Yeah, like he's good, but he's not Mbappe. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't look at and say what was the other thing you said? Portugal. They're still playing Ronaldo, and I like Ronaldo, but they're still playing Ronaldo. Like they've got good players, but they're not stacked.
No, I think okay, fine, but talent-wise, I think they're the deepest. Like, because they've still got Bruno, Bernardo.
But these players are both starting. It's not like when I talk about stacked, the players on the bench are like they're so good.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then yeah, we haven't seen
squad-wise.
We haven't seen that in a while.
I think the 11s are about this. Everyone's 11.
Yeah, fine.
There's not even in world. If you want to include world football, I think for example Brazil, who always have a good squad, their 11 is good. But if you look at the players on the bench, they're not.
Yeah,
like they got like Richarlison on the bench. You know what I mean? Like they're not. No one is stacked. Or you're like, oh my god, there's so many.
Well, I guess when is the last time we saw a stacked team then?
I would say no. When France were like winning, they were stacked. Because you got to think. Say I can't remember their team off by heart, but say you had prime Pogba, Kante, and Matuidi. I don't know what players were on the bench, but you would have had top players on the bench as well. Like even Giroud, like you had basically top players everywhere. Even on their back line, it was because they had the French centre back from Barcelona, didn't they? He started.
Samuel Umtiti.
Yeah, and then
Kimpembe. Probably.
Yeah, so all of these players that weren't playing, like that's when they were stacked. I'd say, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, that's pretty fair.
For me, that is what stacked is, where there's like top players that are missing out because there's so many good players.
No, because I think with France now, I mean, you've got guys like Camavinga on the bench who's like really good. I think they've got.
Yeah, but he starts though, doesn't he? Like I feel like in the Euros he started most games. Camavinga.
Because they had like Tchouaméni, Kante, and like the white guy, the long hair.
Oh, he didn't start every game. I know who you mean.
The guy used to play for Juventus.
And he had for PSG.
And his mum was his agent or something.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's sort of rotating between those two either way. But Camavinga,
Rabiot, that's his name.
Rabiot, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they've got a good squad, but I wouldn't say it's
fair
like.
Enough.
Oh,
I mean, I guess we haven't really seen like a stacked squad since when they were.
Yeah, and that was only a few years ago. They were stacked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even when they bought that tournament where they had Benzema back, you sort of had Benzema,
Euros,
Giroud, Mbappe. They had a lot more. Even now, they've got like Elise. They've got good players, but I wouldn't say they're stacked.
Fair enough.
I think at one point Germany were even stacked because they would have top players.
They brought Goetze off the bench, but like they had Khedira, Ozil, and all them guys.
Like Podolski. They still had like
Podolski on the bench.
Yeah. What was the other guy that they had?
Like an attacker?
I think so. Because they had Muller. He would start every game. You still had like Schweinsteiger.
Andre Schürrle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they were stacked because they would.
They
would have top players.
That was a good squad.
Missing out.
That was a very good squad.
Yeah, there was a few squads like that.
Schweinsteiger,
and he started every game.
Yeah,
because he was like, and they had like Lahm.
Philip. Oh, man.
They had who was their left back? Because Lahm was the right back.
Germany, like 2014, the one where they won.
That sort of between sort of like 2010, 2014. I can't remember who their left back was.
Oh, that's gonna bug me.
Well, like 2010 to 2016, who was their left back? I can't remember who it was.
That's gonna bug me because I actually don't know. Was it even someone who was left-footed?
Unless Lahm played left back and they played another right back at right back.
Nah,
I feel like he played left back.
I reckon they. No, but I reckon they had a left back. I just can't remember who. I'm trying to think who would have been Bayern Munich. It's probably whoever Bayern Munich's left back.
It might have been Dortmund right back, left back. Sorry.
potentially, but
No, because no, actually, their left back. No, actually, was it Schmelzer? No, I can't remember. Because their right back was Blazakowski, but he was Polish
oh right.
for
Oh
Dortmund.
jeez, yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember him a little
Man,
bit
that
too.
is so annoying.
He was like, oh no.
They must have had a good left back. Because even their defense, it was like Boateng and
Yeah, Boateng.
wasn't Mertesacker. He was on the bench, I think. But it was like Hummels.
Matt
Hummels.
Hummels, yeah.
Yeah, but
He's quite old now.
who was the centre back with him? Was it just him and Boateng, or was there another top centre back as well?
I'm trying. What?
I'm
Germany?
sure there was another
Germany from 2010 to like. 20...
Yeah, I'm sure there was another top German centre half that wouldn't play every game. Like, he either played for Dortmund or Bayern.
Oh, sure.
Oh, so jarring.
That is annoying.
Yeah,
I wish I could look up.
As soon as
on
we're
my
done,
phone.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah. No,
Well, there was a time where Germany was kind of stacked as well, where they had top players that were missing out.
Yeah.
Even Özil, there was a stage where he wasn't playing every game. Oh, because they had Gundogan as well in midfield, so they had a lot of.
A bit later on though.
No, he
Gundogan's kind of young compared to.
No, but I'm pretty sure he made his debut in 2010.
Are you?
Or 2012 at least. 2012.
2012. Maybe.
He won the league. He won the league with Dortmund in 2012 and
Okay,
2011.
yeah.
He was definitely
Yeah.
in the Germany team. Yeah.
Okay, maybe then. I thought he was a bit younger than that.
No, because I think their team was like Khedira.
I think I just didn't know who he was at the time.
No, yeah, because he was at Dortmund. He won the league with Klopp.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I only remember Khedira, like out of like the sort of, yeah.
Yeah, they were for like 2010, 2016 when they had that new team. They were pretty stacked as well. Germany. Yeah, so there are examples of where teams were stacked. Even Brazil at one point were stacked. Like they had so many players.
Well, how long ago are you talking about?
I'd say maybe
not that long ago.
maybe
like,
from like 20. I don't know, because sometimes
I feel like their teams haven't been. Their last few squads haven't been very great. I feel like
No,
Neymar,
I feel like 2018 team was very good.
Who did they have?
They had obviously Neymar. They didn't have Costa because he went to Spain. Who was their striker? They had a good striker in 2018.
I feel like I can't remember a Brazilian
Because
striker.
Belgium knocked him out though. Belgium knocked him out.
Would have been like Pato, would it?
No, it wasn't Pat. He was always injured. Oh my god. So
I
would have had.
I can't remember a Brazilian striker.
Okay, if I had named their team from back to front, I can't remember who was in goal, but they would have had Dani Alves, Marcelo, who was the centre? Thiago Silva, David Luiz.
Ah, yeah.
And then midfield was like.
Maybe Casemiro? Or like,
Yeah, I'd have been like prime Casemiro. I think Ramirez was gone by then. There was but they had a very Alisson in goal. That was it. Alisson was in goal. They had Coutinho.
Oh yeah.
Obviously Neymar. I can't remember
He used to play on the right for them.
That's what I'm just literally trying to think now. It wasn't Vinicius.
Douglas
really
was it like Douglas Costa?
I think he was in the bench, but I don't think he started every game. I'm trying to think who played for Brazil. They would have had good. I remember thinking 2018 Brazil had a very good team. Oh, who was up front for Brazil? That's gonna drive me insane.
Yeah. Who was wearing a Brazil number 9?
I don't know if they would it have been. It wasn't Richarlison. He would. It might have
What
been
year was you kind of?
2018. I'm talking about.
Nah, definitely.
So
not
Belgium knocked
Richarlison.
them out in the quarters, but it felt like a massive disappointment because they could have won that World Cup. That's what it felt like.
I feel like it's one of these guys that have one of those names where it'd be like
'Cause
singular name.
2014 they had Fred, and it was like, well, he was not really good and that great.
Yeah.
And 2010 they didn't really have a great striker either.
I don't know who it is, man. 2018 Brazil.
2018 Brazil.
Ah, man, that's gonna bug me.
Oh man, that is so annoying. I've got a computer here.
I feel like it's always like the national teams like you have a random player.
What's that?
I feel like it's always the national teams that will just have like a random.
No, but
player.
Brazil. I'm sure Brazil had a decent striker in 2018.
Because I'm trying to think, where did he play? Did he play for like Barca? Did he play in Germany?
Nah, because Barcelona did not have like they had that Suarez at the time.
That's what I mean.
Okay, let's take Brazil. Okay, Brazil 2018. Maybe they didn't play a striker.
Right, let's see. Bring up
Who we got?
a picture.
Oh, Gabriel Jesus. But this was like when Jesus was good.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that was their team. They had. No, that's not 2018.
Oh, Felipe Luis as well. I mean, he's not Marcelo, but they had Willian as well.
Willian, yeah. And they had Thingy on the bench that played for Liverpool. What was his name? The bald guy. He was a CDM.
Oh, wait, bald CDM.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh my god, what's his name? Number 3. What's his name? Fabinho.
Fabinho, yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. So that
Oh,
was
I'm drawing
that was
blank.
their team. So they had like Marquinhos. Yeah, they had Marquinhos
Oh,
as well.
Marquinhos as well.
Yeah, they had a.
Felipe Gustavo. No, sorry, Luis Gustavo as well from Bayern.
Oh yeah,
CDM.
yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. They had a good team. I wouldn't maybe not stacked actually, but it was good.
Okay, look at Germany's 2010. Or like, who did we forget?
Let's say Germany
2010 squad.
20. If we go control, I think let's say Germany 2014-11. That's the year they won it. 2014. Excellent. Let's find out who their left back actually was. Boateng, Hummels, Mertesacker, Alarm. That doesn't sound right. There's no way.
Maybe they did 3 at the
Schmelzer,
back.
yeah, Schmelzer, but he wasn't like elite, I think. Yeah, so they had like Schweinsteiger, Khedira, Gundogan, Ozil, Royce. But Royce got injured before.
Yeah, Royce is always injured, isn't he?
Muller, Klose, Lahm, Mertesacker. Yeah.
I forgot Miroslav Klose as well.
Yeah, and I think this was his last tournament actually.
Yeah, it was. He was top scorer.
Yeah, they had a good team. Not stacked, but close to being stacked. It was a pretty good squad. They had like Schürrle on the bench and stuff. Julian Draxler.
Yeah, he was young as well at the time. And he was like one of those like wonder kids.
Yeah, he was. Those 2010 wonder kids didn't really live up to the hype a lot of them.
I know.
It's a shame, really. Howardez as well. Yeah, they had some good players actually, Germany.
Yeah, that was a squad, man.
It was a squad. It's solid, but Germany have never had, say, the best players. They've just
always had a good unit.
They're not the most flashy players. They're just very efficient. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even now,
yeah.
like Musiala and Wirtz, they're like
Wirtz is quite good. I think.
No, like they're top players. I mean, but they're not flashy. They're just quite efficient. I feel like.
Yeah.
They've never had like a flary,
Yeah, they've never. Yeah, you're right. There's never a guy where you're like, oh man, like Neymar or Hazard or.
Yeah, they've never really had that.
They've never had a guy where you're like, wow. Do you know, like they've always been a team. They've never been sort of reliant on one player as well.
Yeah, that's another thing actually. Yeah,
I think that's why they've been so successful.
Because they've never put it all on one guy's shoulders.
Yeah.
Brazil do that every generation.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but sometimes they've had so many good players. They
I mean, like 2002.
Yeah, they had like Ronaldinho,
They had everyone.
Ronaldo, Rivaldo.
They just had everyone. From Cafu and
Kaká.
everyone.
Like, even the guys on the bench were just.
That is what we're talking about. When we say stacked.
I would say that is the greatest national team of all time in my opinion.
Oh, what, including squad? So not 11, because
both.
Reckon.
Yeah.
I've always kind of thought the Spain one was. Because,
I guess
because they did 2008, 2010, 2012. I guess
because they won the most. But if we're looking like everyone on paper,
but like actual names and players, probably.
But also as well, I think
that
I know,
team.
and also Brazil. A lot of that team won the World Cup in '94, so it might not have been consecutively back.
But like the players were there, yeah.
Yeah, so '94, like they had, for example, in 2002 when they won the World Cup, they had Kaká on the bench.
Yeah, that's
like he played like a few sub appearances. They in '94 when they won the World Cup, they had Brazilian Ronaldo on the bench.
Wait, let's see the 2002-11. Let's see. I just want to see something here.
So
Brazil 2002.
Brazil 2000. Oh crap. Brazil. Okay, so squad. If you look at their team, so you had
Evan. Was that Edenilson?
Well, no, that's.
Oh, was that Lucio? Jesus.
No, but I don't know if he was a starter actually. He might have been. Yeah, so yeah, he was. So Marcos in goal, Lucio, Edmilson, Roque Jr. at the back, and then Cafu, Gilberto Silva, Cleberson, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, and then the players on the bench you would have had like Kaká, Romario. Just loads of great players just on the bench kind of thing. So I think for me that is the greatest team of all time. National team of all time in my opinion.
Yeah. Wow.
Just a perfect team. And to think they actually lost the World Cup in '98 as well.
To France, yeah.
Yeah. They lost 3-0 actually.
Yeah, they got done.
Damn.
Zidane dunked on them that day.
Yeah, and to be fair, Ronaldo was injured as well.
Yeah, I remember he had a lot going on. Like on the day of the final or something, he had an illness or something. Yeah,
they knew that. Yeah, he wasn't up for it, but yeah, they were good, man. Brazil. It's weird to think that Brazil actually haven't won anything since that '02 World Cup.
It's weird, it's weird to actually, because it's Brazil.
Even Copa America, they haven't won.
It's like 20. No, they won it in because Neymar won it, didn't he?
No, I think he won it at the Olympics.
Has he only ever won the Olympics for Brazil?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't think Neymar's won the. I don't think they would have ever won it. You
Because I
know?
think he only won like the Confederations Cup or something. I don't think he actually won
Confederations Cup.
that thing that they did in
Oh
2013.
yeah, they beat Spain in 2013. Yeah, I remember this. But last time Brazil won Copa America. Last time. Oh, for God's sake. Brazil.
You could just put Copa America winners each year.
No, but they do it like every bloody year.
What year is that?
That's not what I want.
Just put Brazil honors or something.
Oh, they won it in 2019 apparently. Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. 2019 Copa America. Can't be right. Oh, Brazil won it in 2019. Oh, fair enough.
Was Neymar there?
He must have been, surely.
Dani Alves captain.
Firmino. Is he not there? I can't see him in the pic, so maybe he didn't actually. Maybe he must have been injured then.
That's weird.
2019. Man, he's actually had the worst luck.
I know.
It's a shame. Yeah, he must have been injured. Look.
I love Neymar, yeah, and everything that it's mad that he's achieved so much, but there's still so much he could have done.
I know, yeah. I kind of wish he's still young enough, though, in my opinion, to win.
I know, but the injuries, man. Like when you do an ACL, like
yeah, it's
bad.
not. It's hard to come back.
He's gone back to Santos though.
I know. I kind of wish he went back to Europe, to be honest.
Apparently, I saw in the news, like I don't know if it was Fabrizio or someone else, that he's going to be at Santos for 1 year and then he wants to go back to Europe. But I don't know where.
He's still young though. He's still like 30.
He's 33.
He's still young. Like
wait, what year is it now?
He's 2025.
He's about to turn 33. He's not even 33 yet.
Yeah, he's still young.
Wow.
Like, how old is he? Neymar age. He's only 32.
Yeah,
He'll be 33
next month.
In a few days, next week. But he's still young. Like he
I know.
36 is young.
Do you know what's mad?
In today's football.
Yeah, exactly. Like think about Ronaldo and Messi when they were 32.
How old are they now? Like Ronaldo's what, 40?
Ronaldo is turning 40 next month.
So yeah, 8 years ago.
So like
27. That was his prime. I'd probably say he was incredible.
8, yeah. Like that's when they done the three-peat. Well, the year before they done the three-peat.
Yeah, like they won it. He was winning everything. Him and Messi were like in their prime.
And then Messi at 32 was 2019, and that 2019 version of him was just unreal. Like
2019.
Like when Liverpool beat him in the Champions League, like he was playing.
I don't think that was his best Messi, to be
no,
honest.
no, that's just a good version of him.
I
My favorite version of Messi is probably 2014 to 15.
Nah, my favorite.
Or 2011.
Yeah,
it's between.
I think that was the best one.
Like fat Messi.
Nah,
like 2012, where
he was just incredible. I think Barcelona were better as well, so it's a bit of both. But he's always maintained such a high level. I think Ronaldo as well. But you're right. They are two freaks of nature. It's just
because it's not even just because I think Neymar is like a perspective of you can be that great. So obviously he's not on their level, but like he's the closest out of everyone else, in that generation. But you can still get injured and just kind of fall off a bit. Yeah. Whereas if they were all the same, let's just say they were the same careers at the same age, these two would still be scoring like 50 goals.
I know.
Which is insane. Whereas Neymar's done his thing and just kind of.
I do think Neymar should have made a massive mistake going to PSG. Massive mistake.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, massive mistake. Massive. I think he should have stayed. I know it's easy in hindsight, but I just think he should have stayed at Barcelona.
It's a bit of an ego thing, I guess, and like his dad.
I don't know. I don't blame him for challenging himself and making.
Yeah,
more money.
like I feel like you have to dare to.
But
be
I think he could have gone to Man City or he could have gone to Real Madrid. He always wanted to play for Real Madrid. I think that would have been huge, and I just think Barcelona. And if you look at how it turned out, Messi left Barcelona in 2021 because they couldn't afford him.
Yeah.
Eventually, they probably wouldn't have been able to afford Neymar as well. But man, I just think PSG
and plus, he ended up with Messi anyway.
PSG was never the move because I just feel like PSG, because they are so dominant in France, you have to win the Champions League basically for it to be a successful year.
Yeah.
So I just think I would have liked to seen him go. Really, he should have gone to the Premier League in my opinion.
Yeah.
City, someone would have splashed the money to buy Neymar. I don't care what anyone says, like whether it was City or whether it was United, Chelsea, whoever. Someone would have spent the money on him, and it would have been better for his legacy. I know it's easy saying it in hindsight because if he did go to PSG and win the Champions League, like he nearly did in 2020, it would have been like, oh great, fair enough. But because he did take the risk in that the French league is pretty rubbish. Yeah. I think if he had gone to the Premier League, and let's just say he didn't win the Champions League, but he had won
the league,
everyone would be like, look at how people talk about Salah. I know he wasn't on that level when he was at Roma.
That's what I mean. Like I think
I know he's won everything at Liverpool, but because let's just say Liverpool had never won the Champions League, but
because they've won the league, you'd
and
say
probably going to win the league
Again.
again. And Liverpool, before he had joined, Liverpool hadn't won the league for over 30 years. So it's great for his legacy.
like so like Salah gets these shouts. Like I love Salah, and I would even say he's the best player in the world this year. Like he's playing.
I
the
think
best.
he's the best player in the world.
Like even though overall I would say last like 4 or 5 years, again Salah's been so consistent. But like if you'd ask me around, I'd probably say Mbappe is the best player. But because Salah's just kept the level, you got to kind of give it to him. And
Well, yeah,
that's
he's been better. Like
that's
what
the thing.
it is, though.
Yeah, but like no, but I feel like growing up, because it's always been Ronaldo or Messi. The best player is the guy who is the best, like is capable of the most and does the most. Whereas these days, I feel like the player who is capable of the most doesn't always do the most. If that makes sense.
No, but I get what you're saying. But
It's not like a potential thing.
I get what you're saying, but that's kind of an anomaly because Messi and Ronaldo are two complete once in a lifetime players.
Yeah,
That's never happened before, and I don't think it will ever happen again.
probably not.
So it's and also they were around in the same era. If it was the other way around, let's just say Ronaldo was 15 years younger than Messi, then Ronaldo came around. I mean, most people think Messi's better, but I honestly think they're comparable. Messi and Ronaldo. I do think Messi's better, but they're on the same level in my opinion.
I think prime for prime for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but-
I'm same as you. I think Messi's better, but I think when they were at their best, like I think people, because Ronaldo's a bit older, people have forgotten how good he was.
And also as well, what I'm trying to say is, if Messi, let's just say Messi, Ronaldo wasn't around when Messi was around, it would be like, wow, Messi is a million miles ahead of everyone. Same way, if Messi wasn't around when Ronaldo was around, everyone would be like, this is the greatest footballer that's ever lived. So my point is that you can't really judge it on that because it's just whoever is the best at the time. And I think Salah is the best because he is the most consistent.
Because he's doing
Neymar, I think, is brilliant as well, but yeah, he's not the best because right now he isn't. He's playing
because he's not playing.
not
Like I
playing.
think the only sort of argument where it'd be like Mbappe when he's playing right now, he's playing kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think Mbappe is on. Not that he's not on Salah's level, but Salah is better than him because he's just more consistent, and I just think he's just better. Like I don't think Mbappe is amazing, world class, one of the best players in the world, but I don't think he's consistent on that level at the moment. He's still world class in my opinion, but not like
Maybe not this season, like, as in like.
or even last
consistent-wise.
season, to be honest.
No, he still had he was still
Yeah,
top
but-
goal involvements and stuff. Like he still
Yeah.
did the thing. He did his numbers.
But like we said, French league, it's hard to.
But like he's done it against the Champions League giants as well.
I know, but in the Champions League, he didn't. I don't even know where PSG ended up last year.
Yeah, they got knocked out.
By who? I can't remember. I remember them getting knocked out and thinking, wow.
Bayern or something like that. Nah,
Nah,
I can't even remember.
Because Kane was. Yeah.
Was it Madrid? Nah.
Was it? No, boss. The Liverpool won in Champions League last year, I think. Maybe it was City. I can't remember. Either way, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Mbappe needs a big Champions League to add for his legacy.
He needs a Champions League.
He needs a big Champions League sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got City next as well. He can turn up.
Is that who? I didn't even see the draw because
City, Madrid.
no, but isn't it? No, but is that's a knockout though?
That's a playoff.
That's a playoff. So there's not. They haven't done the draws for who say the teams that are qualified. Are gonna
No, they have. So they know that the winner of each playoff is going to get like one A or B sort of team. Like, you know what I mean?
So who? Okay.
So look, there's like
oh
a
my
tree.
God, those games are in like a week and a half.
There's a tree.
Wow. That is gonna be mad. Oh my God, City got Madrid.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my days. PSG got. They're a French team, aren't they? So that's a French tie. Brest are a French team, I think. PSV, Juve. That'll be interesting. Dortmund, Sporting. Bayern, Celtic. That's easy. I didn't even know. I thought Bayern qualified. Okay. Atalanta, Bruges. That should be interesting. Milan, Feyenoord. Benfica, Monaco. Okay. Is it just one game, or is it? Are they 2 legs?
I don't know.
Oh, they are 2 legs. Yeah. Okay, they're 2 legs. Okay, interesting. Wow. And then the actual knockouts are in March. Oh, so that's nice for Liverpool that are qualified. So I wonder who we're gonna play.
I think they know. I think they know which playoff winner that you're going to get.
That is mad. Oh.
I think if you pull up the tree, it will show you.
Oh, do you know? I'll look at it after. But okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to seeing.
I don't mind the format now. Now
It's
that
alright.
Now
I
that
mean,
I get it, but
it
I
would've
still
been
prefer.
better-
I still prefer the old one.
Do you know what? I don't really have a strong opinion on it either way. I mean, it's just I don't think one is that much better than the other. There's not really that much difference
I
in my opinion.
guess.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 20 seconds left, so we're gonna wrap this up. But yeah, I actually hate doing these intros and outros. So do you know what I started doing? Like when we started it earlier, I was just talking because you know, like, do you ever watch
Yeah.
Joe Rogan where he doesn't say, "Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
don't.
hi,
Yeah,
we're
they,
watching
like,
the
oh,
show."
we're on. They're already talking, and then they just start.
Yeah, that's what I
Probably-
started doing because I hate the intro and the
Probably
outro.
is better.
Yeah. All right, we're done. Cool.